Have you ever bought something, a planner, a journal, a new pair of running shoes, a cookbook, and felt an almost embarrassing amount of excitement about what it represented? The possibility of it, the clean slate, the version of yourself who was absolutely going to use it. I bought a homesteading planner once, and it's genuinely beautiful, created by someone who has spent decades in that community. It's designed to organize every corner of that kind of life. Seed starting schedules, garden planning, inventory, preservation logs, the whole thing. And I have not written on a single page. I want to talk about why. Because I don't think it's laziness or a lack of commitment or even poor follow through. I think it's something much more interesting than that, and something worth understanding if you've ever thrown out an entire plan because one day went sideways. Here's what's actually happening when a brand new planner or a fresh Monday or January 1st feels so good. You're not experiencing motivation. You're experiencing dopamine. The planning stage, the what if, that potential, imagining the version of yourself who executes every plan perfectly. It triggers a genuine neurological reward. Your brain releases dopamine in anticipation of the good thing, not just in response to it. So that means that the planning feels almost as good as the achieving, sometimes even better. Because in the planning stage, everything is still possible. You haven't encountered resistance yet. You haven't missed a day or run out of podcast ideas or eaten off plan or maybe skipped that workout. Your planner pages are still clean and Monday hasn't started yet. Then you begin. The dopamine drops, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because anticipation is neurologically different from execution. The brain that lit up for the planning now has to find a different gear for the actual doing. That gear is harder, and it's less exciting. It doesn't feel like possibility anymore. It feels like work. So what do a lot of us do? We go back to the planning stage. We throw out the current plan, not because it isn't working, but because it's not giving us that feeling anymore. And we start fresh. There's a new plan, maybe a new planner, a new Monday, and new dopamine. And the cycle starts again. For me, a fresh start always felt like taking control back. When things felt chaotic or overwhelming, or I felt stuck, a new plan felt like agency, like proof that I could still choose something different. There's nothing wrong with that feeling. The problem wasn't really the fresh start. The problem is what happens in the middle. Because perfectionism lives in that middle. Something would happen, and I'd miss a workout or I'd run out of ideas. I'd skip a day of meal prep, forget to write. The laundry would sit unfolded for a week. And instead of being okay with imperfection, instead of just picking back up the next day, I would declare the whole thing was ruined, as if one missed day contaminated everything that came before it. As if the only version of the plan worth having was the perfect one. So I'd throw it all out, start over with something new. Something that was still perfect because I hadn't tried it yet. Perfectionism is a trap. Not because it sets the bar too high, though it does, but because it gives you an exit. every time something goes wrong, perfectionism hands you a door marked "Start over," and it feels like the responsible choice. Like you're being honest with yourself about what isn't working. But you're not starting over because the plan failed. You're starting over because the plan stopped feeling like it felt on day one. But the truth is, no plan ever feels like day one forever. And that's not failure. It's just Tuesday. So what's the alternative? It's not a better plan, or a stricter schedule, or a new planner. The alternative is just picking back up. Whatever threw you off, whether it was the missed week, skipped days, maybe a creative dry spell, life that happened while you were making other plans, it didn't ruin anything. It just interrupted something. And interrupted things can be resumed. You don't need to earn your way back in with a perfect Monday. You don't need to restart from the beginning to prove you're serious. You just need to pick up where you left off. Imperfectly, without ceremony, without making it mean anything about your character or your commitment. I want to tell you where I am right now as proof that this works. I'm working on a first draft of a fiction novel that I've been carrying around in my heart for years. I'm working on a memoir, and I'm building this channel, which has also been on my heart for years. There's some nights I don't get many words down. Some weeks I write one day, maybe two. Other weeks I write 4 or 5 days. And sometimes I miss a couple of weeks entirely because my creativity is low or non-existent. And I haven't thrown any of it out. Because the goal isn't a perfect writing streak. My goal is the finished book. The goal is that this channel exists in the world. Imperfect progress toward a real goal will always get you further than perfect planning toward an imaginary one. What's the thing that you keep restarting? Is it the workout routine that starts every Monday? The business idea you've outlined 17 times? A creative project that's been on your heart for years? What would it look like to just pick it back up? Not perfectly, not from the beginning. From right here. Perfectionism will always offer you a better plan. It'll be a cleaner start, a more organized version of the thing you're trying to build. Sometimes the voice in your head is loud enough that you'll listen. You'll close the notebook and open a new one. You'll let the running shoes sit until next week. You'll outline your business idea one more time instead of doing the uncomfortable thing of actually starting. And it's okay. You're human. This cycle is real, and it's seductive. And it makes sense neurologically. But when you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, you don't need a perfect moment to begin again. You don't need a clean Monday, or a new planner, or even a fully formed plan. Just pick it back up from exactly where you left it. Messy and imperfect, and maybe a little dusty from sitting on your shelf. Whatever is on your heart, that thing that keeps coming back no matter how many times you've set it down, that urgency exists for a reason. Follow it. Not perfectly. And not all at once. Just one imperfect day at a time. That's exactly how I'm doing it. I'm Rhea. I I hope you'll join me as I continue this conversation. Until next time.